He is Dr. Edward F. Fernandez, and he'll be speaking to us today. And he was working in navigation, and now he's teaching in Bible College. And I welcome Edward F. Fernandez into our midst. Please, sir. Let us give a great applause.
This evening, I come from Mangalore, and as it was announced, I used to work on ship before. And this evening, as I've come here, a little bit about my background. Thank you. I worked on ship before, and I was an ordinary guy. Still, I'm an ordinary guy. Jesus touched my life after working on ship for nearly 15 years. He came into my life. This evening, as you all are celebrating Jesus is coming to this earth, it's my pleasure, it's my privilege and joy to share Jesus with you, to share a message from the Bible with you. I don't have much of a religious background as such. I'm a very ordinary guy. And when Jesus touched my life, I felt him calling me. I felt him telling me to leave the sea and take up work on shore. And that's how I began to teach. I began to teach navigation and engineering. I'm a professional navigator. And after that, I felt him calling me further to serve him. And that's how I am today, and that's what you see before you. This evening, as I share these few thoughts with you, I want to connect with that beautiful computer presentation you all had about Jesus and his story, because it tells the same story, the story of how he, a very ordinary child, became someone great. I want us to connect with this greatness. I don't want us to be disconnected from this. It's so easy to sit there and watch all of this presentation and wonder where you fit into the scenario. I believe that each one of us has a part to play in this. Jesus came to this earth some 2,000 years ago. And today he wants you to have a part in this work of his. His kingdom is spreading. The knowledge of his word, the knowledge of his name is spreading across the earth. And people like us, you meet us, you can talk to us. I'm sure you meet some of the workers out here, some of the ICPF workers as well. And I'm sure they'll be able to introduce you to him in a more fuller way. But in these few minutes, I'd just like to share some thoughts. So give me a few seconds, I'll get my things set up. I've titled my presentation Greatness Redefined, because there's so many different definitions for greatness. I'm sure that each one of you, as you have come here to study, most of you are students, I believe, you're all searching for greatness. You're all hunting for this thing, chasing after greatness, and asking, what is greatness? How do I get there? It's a question which is on everybody's minds. You go to any even of the cheapest book stands, and you'll find a book there. You go to the railway station, you'll find a book there. Something about how to succeed, how to be great. How can we define this? I have a passage which is laid out for you there on the slide. It says, "Truly I say to you, among those born of women, there has arisen no one greater than John the Baptist." Now, John the Baptist was very closely associated with Jesus. He was born about the same time as Jesus, just a little bit before that. And he was related to Jesus also. He was Jesus' cousin. And I want to take his example. Now, this clipping, or this snippet which I've taken from the scripture, is taken at a time when John the Baptist was arrested. He had been arrested. The king had arrested him because he had taken a stand. He had taken a stand against the king. The king had married his brother's wife. And John the Baptist was not willing to keep quiet. You know, so many of us want to follow status quo. Just don't make a nuisance of yourself. Don't try to kick up dust. Stay, let things be. If everything's going wrong, it's okay, let it be. But John the Baptist was not one of those people. And he got himself into prison. He was arrested, he was put in prison, and later he was beheaded. So I want to take his example, because these are the words of Jesus, which he spoke about John the Baptist, and he said, "Truly I say to you, among those born of women, there has arisen no one greater than John the Baptist." So I want you to hang in there. I just got a few minutes with you, and in those few minutes I'd like you to grip on to this word greatness. What is greatness? First of all, you've enjoyed the presence of Jesus, the message of Jesus, and the history and the story of Jesus. He is indeed greatness. He is the greatness of God, made man. If God, everybody knows that God is great. Everybody says God is great. But how do we connect? In order for us to connect with Jesus, for us to connect with this greatness, Jesus had to become a man. And so he became a man, and that's how we have a handle. We have something to hold on to, something to identify with. So let's move on from there. And let me go to the next slide here. Yeah. Who is great? Or great is who? Some people think that if you're born in a big family, you're great. Others think if you're born wealthy, you're great. Others think if you're born into an influential family, you're great. Others think if you make a mega buck, you're great. And so on. The chase for greatness goes on. Some think that if you're very well educated, you're great. Others think if you've got a good business expertise or knowledge of business, you know, you've got artistic talent. We've been watching some of it here, and we think they are great. Political success spells greatness to some. But what is real greatness? In these few minutes here, I just want to connect with you and try to bring this whole thing out of what is in fact greatness here. Jesus gave some yardsticks in this passage, and I'll read some of them out to you. The first one is simply here. What did you go out to see? You see, what happened was that John the Baptist was in prison. He sent some of his disciples to Jesus to ask Jesus, are you the one who was supposed to come? You know what happens when you're going through stress? When you're going